Everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a big support bounce on crude oil. We've been talking about this in our chat room most of the morning, where we've been waiting for them to come back to this area at 41.16. We finally have that test, and now that we have that bounce, we have a beautiful bull indication that they want to be getting in. So I'm going to be looking to get long here with two contracts initially at 41.34, and then what I really want to see is a pullback, right? We have the big confirmation here. We're in long now at 34. Now what I want to see is I want to see them pull back and allow me to get a possible better entry. Maybe a little bit farther back. It's tough buying all the way up here after such a big candle like that to not want to see them pull back a little bit here. Somewhere around 41.25 or so, about halfway between those 2 points, we can add on another 3, and that would be a pretty good area for us to, potentially scale in some more here. So 41.34 is the initial entry. 41, we'll just make it an even 10 ticks off. 41.24 will be the secondary entry. Now, in terms of, pullback potential, are they going to allow us to get in with a pullback? Maybe not. You never can tell sometimes with the old crude oil, but the way that we're setting up right now is very strong. And if it just runs, and doesn't allow us to pull back and get a better entry, then we're still long at 34. Adding on some more here at 41.24 just allows us to add into an already high percentage area bounce with more contracts at a better price. So that's kind of what I'm looking to do here. 41.34 is the initial entry, 24 is the secondary entry. In terms of upside targets, really looking for somewhat of a decent move up. We had this big burst higher here, along with a follow-up very large move, and we're very close to that already, right? We're very close to that. Now, in terms of, further movement, and we did get the fill, so let me adjust my stop. In terms of further movement up, that's definitely going to be the first objective right up here at 41.52, and we're going to be taking 2 contracts off there. Now, in terms of further upside movement, just kind of looking at what the market has given us so far, there was a very aggressive burst up here, and it could very much look to double that move up and continue it up for somewhat of an AB equals CD move higher. So we also have this strong spike higher using this low as well. So up here now at around 41.70, that's going to be the final objective, just to kind of finish this move off. So it did give us our nice pullback. We have our limit entry in. That gave us kind of an average in between at 41.28. The stop is still below the low, 41.13, and now our targets are split up 3 and 2. So more than enough upside potential here to lock in some solid targets. Now we really just need to see the buyers step up to the plate and actually slam this thing higher. Everything is looking gorgeous so far. Really just down to the buyers to see if everyone's on board with this move up. After that big bounce at 41.16, that area of support that we've been watching all morning, I have a hard time believing that we're not going to go at least through the high of day and maybe a little bit farther. But the market will do whatever it wants to do. So we'll give it a little bit of time here, see if we can push up into our first target at 52. Seeing continued bullish pressure here on crude oil. We're nearing that first target at 41.52. Very aggressive buying movement on here. So I'm going to lock the stop in a little bit tighter because we've gotten so close to our target, and because we've seen something kind of interesting that doesn't happen very often. 2 engulfing candles, both bullish, right back to back. So we had this small little bear candle that formed inside here, and they went full, and there we get the target filled. They went full engulfing, but pretty weak, right? Nice engulfing candle above that. And then they went another engulfing candle, very big move up, and now they're following it up. So we're seeing a lot of traders agreeing with this analysis that we're seeing here, and we get that first target filled through the highs. Now the secondary target up at 41.70, that's the next objective. I'm not going to choke the trade out by going right to break even. I'm going to go to 22, leave a little bit of risk on the table, primarily because this is the pullback that we bought into, and if it allows us to hang on to a trade a little bit longer, to weather out a slight pullback, then we definitely will. Now, this aggression that we're seeing come through the high of day, I really don't want to give all this back. So if we close up here nice and firm, we'll definitely be looking to lock the stop in. I think the closest you could have the stop right now is right at break even. You could go, underneath maybe the last, since we kind of broke out of this area, you could try to get your stop underneath that sort of high of the micro range there, but I think you're playing with fire until we see them physically close up here. So we'll give it a little bit more time here. We got plenty of time left on this candle before we see how it ends. If we do end nice, strong, and bullish, we'll definitely be looking to lock that stop in nice and tight so we can keep this profit in the bank. But until then, we'll come back in a little bit. Buyers pushing back into the high of day after a very, very weak bear candle. I'm going to lock in underneath that. I really don't want to see that trigger at all, and we want to see our target get filled relatively soon. So 4170, just a couple ticks away. Just need a little bit more from the buyers, and we can finish this off. And there we go. We get the target filled. Beautiful move up. That's exactly what we were looking for. And now we can sit on hands. Now, they might not be done going higher, right? I mean, keeping an eye on the way that this is working, we do have a relatively weak initial move, and you can see that they're ramping up. They're getting, more and more aggressive. So they definitely do have a potential for upside movement yet. But hitting these major areas of resistance, it's really just not worth trying to hold through. I would rather re-enter if given the option and not squander the profit that we have up here. So beautiful move up. It's exactly what we're looking for, and even gave us a beautiful intra-candle pullback that we could get filled on back down at 24. Nice little 10 tick offset there. So we got 2 long at 34 and then 3 long at 24, and that comes out for a total of $1,560 on the trade. That's 156 ticks between the two, going up into our target. So beautiful move up. Can't really argue with that. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com, and as always, we'll catch you next time.